Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight we're gonna check the week that we are embarking. 26th of February up until March 3rd. Let me just double check if it is, it is up until March 3rd. And first thing first, I'm going to do the collective reading, the cards that I drew for it a few hours ago. You can see at the thumbnail, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. And the first card that I drew, that is Three of Cups. Good morning, News Devon. Welcome to the stream. The second card, that is, or it was, a Ten of Swords. And the third card for the collective, this is the Nine of Wands. So it's a pretty simple interpretation here. This is a week of expectations for what it seems, or in other words, throughout the week, people, us included, in that count, are gonna stay firm into their beliefs and are gonna show rather remarkable resolve when it comes to opinions, when it comes to vision for the future. So that said, it's a week where it's highly unlikely where we can change a mind, where we can change a opinion, where we can, let's say, enforce and try to make people to be bent to our will. So, long story short, well, for those of us that are having the luxury, to pinpoint their companions, whether social companions, business companions, intimate companions, it will serve us great if we do try to align ourselves with people that are already sharing our vision and our beliefs, rather than, trying to convince people into our beliefs and to start sharing our beliefs, because that is, again, a highly unlikely to happen into the upcoming week. And the most that are going to suffer, or the people that are going to suffer the most, are those who gave up certain promises into the week that it is passing now, which means it is the one from 19th up until 25th. So if you have gave promises this week, right, you made certain claim, people have expectations based on these promises, and if you come up to a conclusion that you kind of like overstepped a little or a lot, what you can execute, it's highly unlikely that you will be able to kind of like change their opinion, that you will have to lower the ball, so to speak. All right, so that's that was the collective reading. And now there are going to be 12 more, one for each star sign. I'm going to start with Aries, and of course I'm going to end up with Pisces. So I'm following the ecliptic here. Bear in mind that these are going to be a star sign readings, and therefore it's very seldom that they do answer straight away to the questions that you may have. So use them as a point of reference, use them as a guidance. Because how much they're going to influence you will depend on, how strong one star sign or the other is in your natal chart, where is your sun, what rising sign you are, and so on and so forth. If you do wish your personal situations to be a subject of my interpretation, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see full list of my services and as well their pricing. And if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support us, you can do so either via Super Chat or via PayPal, which again, link you will find in the description down below. And anyone who does so will get a reading at the end of the stream. That's guaranteed. Like Taco, thank you for the $33.33. Thank you, mate. And as well, Shauna say thank you for the $10. Bed soul. What do you mean? Hello, by the way. All right, let me put you into the list, guys. Oh, positive bliss. I'm sorry, you're not sure to say, but yeah, positively blissful. Thank you for the $10. You just have a very similar avatar as Shauna say, and I just got confused for a second. Let me put you into the list. Right, so starting up first, we do have Aries. You can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph, which is on my right hand side. It should be somewhere right here. And let me shuffle. Now that's Shauna say thank you for the 20 US dollars. Do have a specific inquiry, so let me put it into the list as well. Right. So let me put my camera preview so I make sure you do see the cards. So for Aries, first one we do have the Star card, followed by the Queen of Wands, and then it's the Page of Wands. So this week is a week of breakthrough into a crisis. So there is crisis, there is you will be able to make a breakthrough into it. And this breakthrough is going to happen through a new means. So it's how can I put it into words? It's highly likely that you Aries are going to surprise everyone with your subtlety, with your skill, okay, and also with your positive belief, because you may not believe it right now, but at a certain stage most of you are going to find themselves being the very last man standing, so to speak. Everybody else are at that point are going to be kind of like, you know, resigned about moving forward with whether the project, with whether the endeavor and whatnot. You wouldn't lose your resolve though, talking about resolve and opinions into the collective reading. And again, through a new means, you will find a way through those difficulties, and that will, how can I put it into words? This is going to initiate a super strong drive, super strong movement, which is going to be personalized for you. And the final thing that I can tell you here, Aries, before I do move to Taurus, it is that this is a super strong week of attraction for you. That said, if you are single, this isn't a week where you sit home. This isn't a week where you overwork, for example. This is a week where you do display yourself into the world, like showing yourself here and there, pubs, bars, parties, and whatnot, and you are going to attract a lot of attention. And hopefully this is going to produce a lot of options available for you. News Devon, thank you for the £10. Thank you, News Devon. Let me put you into the list. All right, next, Taurus. Four of Wands, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands. That will be extremely productive week for Taurus. And this productivity is going to affect current undertakings. So we are not talking about new things that are going to come your way, or at least this isn't going to be the emphasis of the week itself. And into your current undertakings, there are key moments, there are key aspects there which needs to be attended and get done with, right? And this is going to be a week where you are going to do this with immaculate precision, so to speak. You have a target. Guys, you're simply going to get the job done. And this job is going to be done in such a way that the job itself, your position itself, is going to happen to be indomitable. And the product of that is actually, we do have two products of it. One is that once you get the job done, then you are going to unveil quite a lot of options available for yourself. You will have quite of an enterprising development. You can choose from different enterprises to carry on. And this carrying on will happen to be on rather the next level. So it's a significant improvement, which is stepping on current undertakings you're having, that you are simply get them done. Without any compromise whatsoever. Now, the only negative thing that can happen, or rather unpleasant thing that can happen, it is that it may happen that one of or two of these, key aspects may work out. How can I put it into words? On the account of someone else, right? So you may happen to cross someone or deprive one or the other person of certain development, but the situation is going to be either you or them. So I forgot who said that. It was a philosopher, I believe, but he said one's better to be feared than loved if one cannot have both. All right, so next, Gemini. Ten of Wands, Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. Right, super busy week for Gemini, what we do have ahead. And this is going to be the other side of the coin, or the flip side of the coin. You know, guys, when you start something, right, whether it's a job, whether it's some kind of a undertaking, if you will, project, even hobbies, anything carries, let's call them chores. Okay, everything carries chores, and this is a week where you will have to attend to those chores, the unpleasant side of the matter, the unpleasant side of the project, the unpleasant side of the relationship, the unpleasant side of the friendships. That is what we do have here. And I'll give you an example with myself, by the way. When I was working as an engineer, my job was 50-50. I loved the 50% of it, and I hated the other 50% of it. I loved when we do have a new project, and that project needs to be calculated, science the hell out of it, okay? Because you have a construction that you need to make, and there are a lot of problems into it, some of which kind of like defies the law of physics and whatnot. And this was the part that I loved. But when that thing was done, now I will have to draw it. I will need to make a model and the drawing, the blueprints of it. I hated that part because there was no creativity in it whatsoever. And that's, if I was Gemini, that's gonna be that week that I will have to draw the shit out of it. So this is what you will have to go through. It's a week of chores, but these chores, once done, they will reward you big time. I mean, at the end of these chores, you are going to have an amazing rewards coming your way, whether in position or whether in monetary gains. And in position, I mean in renown. Okay, next one, Cancer. You know that I think of, oops, to that reading. Hold on a second. These cards are very slippery. I think of this reading, some people might say, you know, well, these cards only say that we have to do our job, right? That's a week where we will have to do our job. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. The Hermit. So good for Cancer. So good. It's a big leap. It's a big leap into a reciprocal, I can call it a reciprocal development. What I mean under reciprocal, it is that you will get exactly of how much you invest, and it's going to be a big leap because into development, because this will happen into the field right now you consider the most important one. So for example, here, if you do consider that the most important thing for you right now is to quench in your job, then this is where the big leap of development is happening. Nine of Pentacles, it's the, with capital letters, thing, okay? That could be the client, that could be the job, that could be the person, for example, or the friend that happens to be essential for not exactly for your well-being, but well, it is for your well-being. It's essential for your, figuratively speaking, your narrative, or to get where you want to be. And it's manifesting this week, so hopefully you do catch this this opening. And again, it's going to be reciprocal, so you are not going to have yourself, or find yourself rather, being screwed over or have to return it with interest. So finding yourself being in debt just because, for example, you received a favor or you have been allowed to do something at some point. All right, next, Leo. Death. The Hangman. The Strength. It's like a cue. And under a cue, I mean the time is ripe. I don't know how to say it. So what these cards describe, it's a transformation. Everybody knows that Death card is external transformation. The Tower is more of an internal one. Anyway, so this is a week where things which no longer serve purpose are going to start falling apart or dropping off your plate. And the only attachment that you can have to them, or you may find yourself, Leo, having to them, is a sentimental one. If you see those things objectively, you have nothing to gain but just only to lose from keeping them around you. So we do have parasites, leeches that are going to detach themselves or itself from your body called life. And they are going to be replaced. So let me give you here an example, right? A job that's, you see no more room for growth in that job. They can't pay you more, they can't offer you a bigger position, and that is pretty much the end of it. What I mean is that this job served its purpose. It allowed you to climb to a certain ladder of the hierarchy there into your career development, but that's that. This job lived its life, and now it's pretty much the end of the line. And so this job, you will have the incentive to change it with another that's in it. You now are going to have a bigger opportunities, but you will still going to have the sentimental attachment to the previous job. Bottom line, it is that, Leo, within this week, you will find it very hard to find the reason why you will have to do the right pragmatic thing rather than the right emotional thing that it is ahead of you. Is quite difficult to explain, but pretty much you will find a need to change things around you, because on top of it, your perspective as well is going to start changing. Also, you're going to see bigger reason into things you haven't seen much reason up until now, and with your perspective, your value as well, or the sense of value as well, is going to start changing, and that will direct you to new horizons. So this is a internal process that is going to start throughout this week, and things are going to fall apart. That is the very first step of it. So don't be surprised if this is a week, and I'm sorry for my morbid example here, but at some point throughout the week you see no reason to stay in that relationship, or see no reason to stay in that job, or see no reason to carry on with this hobby anymore, okay? Don't be afraid to let go of, because that will open up a room for you to start a new similar enterprises that are going to have bigger potential. Hello, Ada. All right, next. Hello, Anna. Virgo. Three of Swords. Page of Pentacles. It's the Page of Swords. Well, according to these cards, for Virgo, this ain't going to be a great week here. Now, two things are gonna ruin your day, unfortunately. And I thank you for the $20. Let me put you into a list. All right, so two things are gonna ruin your day. One is that you are going to be insulted on several occasions. It's simply, we do have a group of people, type of people, or a specific individuals which is gonna try to get to you, to mess with your thoughts, to mess with your brain. And although, for example, you may fail something at work, the feedback is going to be into the most unpleasant version of it, just solely meant to break your resolve. Don't allow that to happen, okay? Only those who do not try and do not work doesn't make mistake. And that is the good news here that we have. The bad news, it is the other thing, which is the sense of value. Simply, what happens here for you, Virgo, it is that you see value into a specific thing. That could be a person, it could be a project, it could be a task, it could be a hobby, for example, and this value is going to shatter. So that's going to be a week where you will see no reason to carry on with it, because there will nothing is going to come out of it, okay? And this is going to be a spirit breaking. So you may find yourself at some point being flabbergasted. How could you beguile yourself into develop this friendship or this relationship and put so much effort in it, being blindsided by that there is no value in this thing at all? So rainy days for you, Virgo. Hopefully you will go as painless as possible. And that is kind of like, it's not a good thing to say, but sociopaths are gonna have the best week ever, because the only way to go unscathed throughout the week is just don't give a dime about what is going on around you and about what people think and what people tell you, and kind of like the end of the what is the end of the journey. Because for some people, the end of the journey doesn't matter. How you get there, it's what matters. Right, next, that will be Libra. I think was kind of good, Anna. The Tower. Ten of Wands. The Chariot. It's throughout the week there are going to be quite unexpected events that are going to involve more people into private stuff, and that's gonna suck, at least at the start. Now, just from these cards, I cannot tell you if this is gonna have a positive or a negative effect on your things, but something you do keep private is going to be uncovered, so to speak. And I'm not talking about secrets, okay? For example, your private life may be infiltrated, by outside attention or by outside people, and the whole point it is that this is going to make you quite uncomfortable and you are not going to be happy. Or a simple version as well, it is that, for example, you have a project at work that you do carry on with it and work on it very hard by yourself because it is your thing, and you are called on Tuesday, say at your boss office, and your boss tells you, here, that's your partner, now you're going to work together, and kind of like that, you're not happy about it because someone is there to steal the glory, or at least to share it while you have already done the hard work. So again, for you, Libra, there are going to be more people involved. This is going to make the work though, or the process, the transition, the movement, the job, quite easier. Okay, you will feel significant relief of load, but again, you're not going to be happy because you will have to share the glory, and to a very big extension as well, to rethink your strategy and to change a lot about how you're going to go forward with the whole thing, with your private life, with your job, with your hobby, for example. So yeah, I mean, you're going to attract a unwanted attention here into the upcoming week. All right, next, Scorpio. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, sorry. I don't know how to express it, guys. The mildest way, it's a comfort zone. Because for me, this is a sheer version and portion of laziness that we are having, that it is within the cards. And that is a week where it's going to be brought to our attention, and most likely that is through personal experience rather than being harped and humiliated through, again, being harped. That we can do so much more, or in other words, that we are not investing nearly enough in order to get wherever we want to be. And the problem of it is this Nine of Cups, may you believe it, because the Nine of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles, it shows content regardless, right? That we are finding ourselves content even with the little we have at the given field that these cards are representing. But nonetheless, probably we're going to try something there. What the hell? I mean, we may say to ourselves, and let's give it a go and try it and see that it's working pretty well, so we can give more and gain more to our beloved one, to our job, for example, or I don't know, to our hobbies as well. So this is I don't know, but to me, we don't have, as a Scorpio, and I'm saying we because I'm Scorpio as well, these cards are saying that we don't have exactly a very good grasp on how we stand with things, okay? We don't have a very good grasp on how far we can go in the job we are doing, for example, or with the person we are dating, for example, or with the friends we have, for example. But again, through our experience into the upcoming week, we are going to get that perspective, and we will see that we are not investing nearly enough for the expectations we have. And if we do want to get those expectations true, maybe it's time to give a little bit more effort into it. But of course, that is our choice, whether we give effort or not. Well, Anna, so far so good, at least for me. So far so good. I don't have anything to complain about. So I guess it's a good transit. Five of Pentacles. Two of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. It's a good week for Sagittarius, because for what it seems, guys, you will have your chance to address a lot of I do apologize. Oh my God, I'm sorry. So you will have a chance here to address predicaments you are facing on many fronts. And I'm not talking about huge problems and conundrums. These are mundane things, right? And through addressing those predicaments, you will be able to compensate for deficits, like compensate for lack of money if you are experiencing such, compensate for lack of work, all right, or compensate for the problems you may have at work. So wherever you do have a mundane problems, like not getting along with your coworker or not getting along with your business partner or with your beloved one or with a certain friend, you know, these are a mundane issues, mundane difficulties. And that's going to be a week where they're going to be fixed. And this will have a profound impact on your lifestyle as well. So this is a, how can I call it, subsequent fallout of the resolution of these predicaments, but your lifestyle is going to improve big time. Because according to these cards, if you are, how can I put it into words? Well, no, I'm not going to give such a explanation or a property here, because you know it's quite hard to believe it when you're on the other side of the stick. But it does look like that your day-to-day routine is going to be transcended into something much more positive than it is right now. All right, Capricorn. The High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, the Hangman. It's going to be a tough week. A tough week because, according to these cards, there are going to be a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of, but a certain things you would want to get across, to make a certain point across. It doesn't look like that you will be able to, whether because you ain't gonna find the words or you ain't gonna find the right moment, or just through the sheer ineptitude of the people from the other side. That's gonna be a thing. What I mean is that the person or the people you want to make that point across, they will just don't want to listen, right? For them, this isn't going to be important right now. For them, this isn't going to be on the first gear, so to speak, but maybe on the third one. And thus, you will be left for the most part ununderstood. I don't want to say misunderstood, but understood, because it's not like they don't want, they can't, but they don't want to, because there is a difference. If someone can't understand you, then you are misunderstood. But if someone just doesn't want to, then yeah. So my advice, don't waste your breath, at least not throughout this week. On another hand, it's a good week for your personal growth and development, because whatever you have studied, it's like a void moon for those of you who know astrology, and I believe I am translating that correctly here. Pisces Moonbeam can correct me if I'm not, because I have heard a lot about the void moon, that you shouldn't start anything through it, anything new, but everything that you have already started, actually void moon is good for it. I mean, Pisces Moonbeam can correct me for it. So you can expect that the work you took or the work you are developing is gonna carry on throughout the week very well, and it's pretty much is gonna run its natural course and is gonna be running its natural course. Your relationships as well, the started relationships, I mean, and for personal development is gonna be quite of a peaceful and productive week. It's just, you know, relationship when you want to reach or accomplish rather common ground. This is where you Capricorn are gonna face problems. All right, Aquarius. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. That's a week of rapid progression. Rapid progression or already well established accomplishments. So you can expect to get yourself even further into what you are already good at, or into what you are already winning or reaping good success into. And this rapid progression, while is going to speed up, you know, your journey significantly, and is going to get you closer and closer to the praise reward, so to speak, whether within your love life or whether within your career. How can I put it into words? There are going to be situations which you are going to be not fully prepared, which doesn't mean that you are going to be caught with your pants down, okay? It's just at more situation that you would like to, you will have to act on your whim. And this is going to be a testament to your, or rather like a test to your wits, and as well to your critical thinking. Because there are going to be certain aspects that aren't going to go exactly as planned, because the plan isn't going to be very good at the first place, and you will just have to go on a fly here and figure out things as they go and move forward, which you're going to do a pretty good job with. Okay, but just so you know, that is not a good week for you to plan a long term. That's a week that you go forward, and whatever comes, that goes, and you do face things as they come around. But other than that, you should significantly improve your standing, especially when it comes to business and personal relationships. All right, next, Pisces. Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, the Magician. So for you Pisces, we do have an individual that is going to be the prime focus or the prime subject of your week. And this person, bear in mind, it could be, for example, your kid. But for what those cards are showing, on the plus side, this person really likes you. at least according to these cards. In fact, as things stands currently, you happen to be, if not very, very close to everything they want, at least at that stage. That is the plus side. Now, the negative side of the matter, it doesn't look like that this person knows you very well. And I'm saying that because they are building up some kind of perception, some kind of an understanding, some kind of a view, if you will, that isn't exactly real. So they see you as someone who you aren't. And it will be good if you do shatter those illusions as soon as possible, because the more you wait on them, the bigger the disappointment afterward is that you are going to inflict upon this individual. And if that's someone that you do like as well, especially if it is about intimacy here, you definitely don't want that. But it could be also business. That may be a person that you happen to be the business partner they really, really want right now. And it does look like that the liking is going to be mutual, because you're going to make each other feel very well when you do spend time together. And also the confidence that is going to be mutually supported in between you both. And this individual this individual does not believe in luck. That's another thing. What I mean is that if they do want something, they work for it, and that is how you're going to recognize him or her. That if they do want to spend time with you, they ask for it rather than just wear it out. And if luck would have it, you may come to it. No, they call, they make effort in that regard. Kind of a December, Eric. December was 2 months ago. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for the 12th. Now, let's move forward to the super chat. Anyone who supported and is about to support the stream through super chat, you guys are gonna have your readings right now. And the first one that is gonna have a reading, that's Taco. I don't know. I haven't watched the news for about a week. Ah, you mean the weather? It's warming up. Yeah. All right, Taco. These are your cards. That is your. These are your Lenormand cards. Let me show them to you. So these are your Lenormand cards. We do have a house, a sun, and the storks. So we do have some kind of a successful delivery, like regarding your home, okay, regarding the place you live, regarding your domain. It is the event, and this event influence you that way, which is how can I put it into words? I was about to say disagreement, but no, exactly. This is like let me figure out how to deliver that. Um, it's like, you know, halfway goes your way, halfway goes, say, your wife's way. Yeah, well, the switch itself, now that you mentioned it, is going to be successful. There are going to be something in it that you wouldn't like. I mean, half of the things you wouldn't like and the things you don't like, your wife is gonna like, but is not gonna like the things that you do like. So it's gonna be 50-50, okay? And while there is going to be a quite of a difference in how you do see your home or how you do see your house, you still are gonna find a common ground to say keep the house, okay, or just go along with a united front in regards to the house, all right? And this is not gonna ruin your respect for each other, but just so you know, is gonna ruin the support. What I mean is that if you do want to do something regarding the things you like about the house, you can't expect any support from your wife, I'm sorry, and vice versa. So that is how it's gonna go. But otherwise, it's a successful. Like I said, this is a house. It's success. It's delivery. So it's a house successful delivery or delivery of a successful house. So your move should be quite successful here. I just made an exhibit how you read Lenormand, which is something I would rather not do, but just wanted to explain. All right, next, Shauna say, good news about a job. Let's check it out, Shauna say. These are storks. I believe that's, yeah, they are. I mean, that's the reason why I don't want to make exhibits. Because before you know it, people are going to start messing around with them, and they're not something you do want to mess around with. Those are the cards. If it is about you being hired, I think so, yes. Because these cards do show an application of skill, that it is quite, yeah, it is unique, but also it's on demand. So you should hear a good news that your skill is desired, although because we do have the Queen of Cups being next to the Queen of Swords, that doesn't speak for much longevity, Shauna says. So what I think it is that these people have a specific job, have a specific project, and they do need a person just for that project. And they're going to offer you that job, and the job is going to be there for as long as the project goes. But as soon as it doesn't, then you are going to be let go of. However, by the look of these cards, even if that's the case, it seems that this is a very good stepping stone for you. All right, next, News Devon. What's coming my way? I have to check with Lenormand cards. You give me no choice. So let's check it out. The first thing that it is coming your way is those three cards, News Devon, so they can be interpreted in two ways. Whether that's a present from your colleagues. For example, you do have a birthday and your colleagues are gonna give you a present, and that present is going to be delivered to you by a man. The other interpretation, it is that this again is going to be a present from a man, but there is going to be some strings attached to it which are not going to be obvious to you. So if someone wants to gift you something and it is not your coworker, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, there is a caveat to it. There is some kind of a strings attached to it. And the other thing that comes your way, it's these are the four cards. Those four cards. I think that you are going to be asked for money. A friend of yours is going to have money difficulties, money problems, and they're going to ask you for if you can lend them some. Or alternatively, if you are developing something with a friend of yours, you're working on something with a friend of yours, and you are expecting, say, payment, that payment is going to be delayed, and you're going to be notified for either of these versions of interpretation through the phone. Okay, so you're going to be called, and whether that person is going to ask you for money through the phone, through a phone call, or you are going to be notified through a phone call that, a payment is delayed. The first interpretation is much more likely than the second one. All right, moving next, Anna. It's going to be good. You're welcome, Sean say. These are your cards. It's a very gainful opportunity that it is coming your way, Anna, and it is something regarding places. I don't know, maybe regarding, for example, a place of work that you can expand, or it could be a place of living as well, but it is something regarding places, and it is a gainful opportunity in that regard, because simply you can, whatever that opportunity is coming from, or whomever is offering you that opportunity, consider that you can get the job done the best. And this opportunity will present you with the expanding energies of growth, or through it, in other words, you can grow you can grow big time, or you can consider that an opportunity that will allow you to prevail whatever you are fighting for against right now. Not to mention that these cards are very good for dating as well. So if you don't have a boyfriend right now or person that you are dating, I do suggest you try to kind of like display yourself, like I said, in some of the star signs, that you are single, so people know that you're single, and you're going to start attracting people in no time, literally. And also, this week is great for you to how can I put it into words, try new things, or rather like expand on your development and as well on your performance. Because they, at least according to these cards, they are simply going to work out. All right, and last but not least, positively blissful. Let's see what kind of a do apologize. Oh my god. Let's see what kind of a week you're gonna have. Those two cards for you. A major decision. It's a week of major decisions. Should you go forward, or should you stop where you are? For example, should you go forward with your relationship, or should you stop where you are? I already didn't use the bone, Anna. Pisces Moonbeam. I already did her reading. It was purely Lenormand reading. What do you need to know, though? Positively blissful. No, no. And I have, this is for a very, very long time now. I do have some kind of a problem with my sinuses. And when I do talk a lot, I start sneezing. It's from the talking. That is a pure coincidence that, I'm sneezing when I'm doing your cards. It's just right now, my right sinuses right now are kind of like they feel funny, and I'm sneezing from them. No worries, Pisces Moonbeam. So back to you, positively blissful. That's a major decision you need to know, because once you render your verdict, so to speak, there is no going back from it. So it's something you have to be completely honest with you. And what you need to know, it is that if you do decide to carry on with it, whether to carry on with the job, or to take the job, whether to carry on with your relationship or with the friendship, things can work out. And in fact, the guidance of these cards, it is that you should. Okay, that's a week where you should give it a go. Well, Anna, I have that condition, because I can't call it a problem. I have that condition since I remember myself, and that's an area, the sinuses and the ears and the eyes are an area that's, I would rather not want to go into a surgery about, because they are very delicate, and if something goes wrong, you are half human from there on moving forward. I mean, you can become crippled from from a medical error happening in these areas. So I will take sneezing any day of the week against the prospect of not being able to breathe through my nose for my entire life. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much as well for your generosity. And we are gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.